Terrible, 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 terrible. Making very bad decisions there. Excuse me. Pardon me. Hopefully you can. All right. Welcome to this place we're at. Flippity flu. I am your host. Your hostess with the mostest, but I'm not a ghostess. Ed Honcho. I hope all of you are doing well. I hope life is treating you and blessing you with all the things that you want and more so that you need. We got plenty to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the hood. You know I like talking about random acts of niggardry. Don't pay any attention to my voice as I move around this room. Any of these ambient sounds. Don't hear anything. Just act like you don't hear any of this stuff happen. But tonight, in the den, we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some things. And we're going to have a good time doing it. So, with that being said, let's see who we have joining us tonight. And then we're going to get into shenanigans and tomfoolery. What the hell? I didn't put this up. This is terrible. I'll show you slacking. You're really slacking. We're play as fuck up, all right? So just, look at the stars. And then I'll be back before you know it. All right, here we go. Like I was saying, I hope all of you are doing well. I hope life is treating you good. Let's see who we have joining us. I see 17, the protege. I hope all's well. I hope you're doing good this evening, sir. D. Kenobi, always good to see you, sir. John, my favorite New Yorker. What's the motherfucking deal? Marie Lovely, the lovely Marie. How are you? 335, peace. What's the motherfucking deal? Young Ken, no lunch break already. Quiz the Scope God, what's the motherfucking deal? Delta Echo Golf. What? Joseph Sweatshirt, what's the motherfucking deal? I say, I hope everybody is doing good. I hope life is treating you fine and dandy, right? So, with that being said, we are going to get into some shenanigans and some tomfoolery of, I wouldn't say epic proportions, but, we got some videos to watch. I really didn't pull up too many. I pulled up a couple, I think, yesterday. I can't recall. But, no, I don't think I did any yesterday. So, we definitely got some stuff we got to get into with that. Definitely going to tie into with what I'm speaking on tonight. So, that should be a barrel of monkeys, if you will. That sounds like it would be pretty illegal, right? Just a barrel of monkeys. That can't be allowed. Not in this day and age. Peter would get on your ass. All right, so we're going to talk about the hood. The hood, always up to no good. And stretch this old knee. Why do certain groups glorify the hood? Where did this mentality come from? Why is this a thing? And why you should, if you have that mentality, why you should try your best to shake that mentality. I could say at one point in time that, I gravitated towards it. Had a certain belief in things. And, had to kind of learn about, the truth of things and why they are the way they are. Who benefits from keeping it real, keeping it hood. And, just kind of a few different things in association with that. So, let's get it started, right? What is so good about that? I always wondered, when people say they love the hood, you got to give back to the hood. I never understood why it was necessary to give back to the hood, right? Footballer 503, what's the motherfucking deal? V Darko. You keep it hood, so I don't even want no plex with you. But good to see you, ma'am. Yeah, and you have this mentality. You got to keep it real. You got to stay 100, right? Well, what does that mean? What does keeping it real mean? The way I've always defined it, at some point, I guess I defined it, is that keeping it real to a lot of people generally in lower positions on the status totem pole, is never changing, right? But change is good. If we never change, we'd still be out trying to club saber-toothed tigers, or whatever you may believe, however this all originated, or we still be in the soup, if you will. And so change is progress. Progress is improvement, usually, because there are times that progress may actually equal regression mentally. But if you don't change, if you stay stagnant, there's a lack of improvement. There's no vertical movement on the status totem pole, and generally you actually drop down lower because other groups are moving up. People who are not with this whole "I got to keep it real," and there's generally one main group that says this. And I know you're gonna say, "Oh, Honcho, you always talking about black." I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about ignorant-minded people, because it's not all about black people. There was a large group of folks, and it's not just black with the whole keep it real, but maybe the term isn't keeping it real, but there's some variation of that, right? It's usually low education. It usually comes along with just a fear of success, changing, losing those people that you grew up with. Here's my thought about that, and I used to get it, because y'all, the hood is what keeps you. You got to keep it real for the hood. You got to, like, who gives a shit about the people you grew up with? And hear me out. Hear me out what I'm saying here, okay? Because there will be people that you meet growing up wherever you may have come up that are good people, that are people that you're going to connect with, that are going to be people for, life. But at the same time, that doesn't mean if you can meet people like that in that area that there aren't people elsewhere. And a lot of people put a lot more stake in the amount of time somebody's been friends as opposed to the quality of friendship that somebody has, right? Because I would say I met some good friends in college that are friends to this day. Is it their fault that we didn't grow up in the same neighborhoods or we didn't grow up in the same exact environment? No. And so I think that people put a little bit too much stock in this, right? Oh, people get mad if you're in certain cities or certain streets, really. If you grew up on the other end of the street from somebody, if you grew up on the other side of town, like, there's all these this is hood mentality, this is ignorant mentality, like, that you're willing to cut yourself off from building networks, building association, friendship, like, that's growth, right? In history, they said it would be geographic situations that caused a lack of growth in some groups, right? Usually, like, let's say, like, people in the mountains. We were talking about this the other day. People in the mountains, it was more difficult for products, information, things like that to get to them because it's the fucking mountains. Who wants to go if I can go around the mountains, if I can go, they're like, who wants to go deal with all that to, exchange with groups who are probably lacking, who don't have the technology, who have had limited exposure to other cultures, right? And that's another thing with the hood, right? It's trying to keep you in this one fucking culture, but we'll get to that. And so what people are doing is they're putting these self-imposed mental barriers on growth, on opportunity, because I gotta wear this certain color, or I stay on this side of town, you stay on that side of town. Even though we don't own nothing here. You motherfuckers be staying in the projects, government housing, but you don't own shit. And you beefing with somebody on the other side of town who might be in government housing and don't own shit. But because they stay over there and I stay over here, we gotta have a problem with each other. This is the ignorant mentality, right? No other valid reason. Yeah, and I agree, you do lose contact with most of the people that you grew up with, right? You absolutely do. Yeah, and as I say, yeah, we don't have a caste system. It may be a mental caste, and people put it on themselves. But again, the hood. What is the hood? Usually, it's identified as an impoverished place. Generally, a place not the safest environment, right? And so my thing is, why should you covet? Why should you have love for a place that can impede you mentally, can basically put you at risk every day you step outside, a place where people will pretend to be your friends, you know, only to capitalize off of you, because everybody is in this environment of lack of opportunity. So it's only the strong survive. Drugs, violence, over-sexualized behavior. Nothing that is beneficial to society or to a successful society. So what is so great about the hood? Do I think most people who live in these environments are terrible people? Yes. They're all awful, awful human beings. The worst of our society. And I'm joking about that. But they are impacted because they defend or they try to protect some of the people who are the worst of our society. And those people that they protect and try to defend are generally the people who have the biggest impact on the hood, whether it be through some type of culture, whether it be through drug dealing or violence or things like that. Because, you know, ask any nigga you know, or ask even, and when I say niggas, you know, that includes the whites, Hispanics, some Asian niggas out there too. What is the thing that they brag? Well, I come from so-and-so and shit, it's a tough hood. It's dangerous. Why is that a good thing? Why is that a good thing? Why is coming from a dangerous environment, why is that necessarily a good thing? Like, I can understand if you're saying, hey, I made it up out of a certain place and now I'm at another level. But if you live somewhere, you're still there, and you brag about it being a terrible place, a violent place, a bad place for children to grow up, to become better human beings, right? But you brag on this environment. Why? Why should there be love? Why should someone want to give back to that? Why should someone want to perpetuate that environment? Instead of because my dearest neighbor is a quarter mile away. Oh, that's unfortunate. Brownie points, those brownie points are stale. Stale brownies, right? But again, who? To impress other ignorant individuals, right? Because there's this false sense of pride based on whatever it may be. Like I said, whatever side of town, it could be skin tone, it could be race, it could be, you would say money, but generally the money that comes to the hood, there is no value, right? And why I say that is you could say you got a dope boy, he could be six figures, he could be an undercover millionaire. But he lives his life recklessly, right? With no real value. Because if you have something to lose, if you truly have something to lose, you don't behave in a manner that puts you at risk of losing it all constantly. You know what I mean? You may take a risk every now and then, you know, in hopes of improving upon that situation. But so you can have money, but that money can still really lack value because of how you operate with that money. What are you doing with it? If you're buying frivolous shit that deteriorates, if you're not, you know, investing in your family, if you're not trying to improve you got a lot of these people from these places, these quote unquote hood places. I don't want my son to grow up to be no punk. Well, just because your son didn't grow up in the hood doesn't mean he has to be a punk. Just because he did grow up in the hood don't mean that he's hard. It's a lot of limp wrists coming out the hood lately, right? A whole lot. We can talk about why that is. We'll get into that. But I got plenty of videos. We're gonna watch some videos. You know, I like talking about the vidges, right? And I got the whiteboard back, so definitely got some things to point out. Cult Classic Cage, what's the motherfucking deal? And so this is why I say that. I'm trying to help and I respect that, but it was weird. I don't know what's going on. But, you know, I'm going to point some things out because I'm going to show a lot of hood mentality, right? And some of these are going to be a couple of videos that we watched recently. And then I'm going to point out some other things to you because the hood mentality can leave the hood, but it can be stuck with an individual. because it's the way you respond to day-to-day things. It's the way you respond in different environments. It's the way you respond to other people. It's the way you carry yourself. But we're gonna have fun because I'm gonna talk a lot of shit about a lot of people, and I enjoy doing that because I'm a terrible person, right? We're all terrible in our own ways, but let us get to it. I guess I should have thought about doing that like that. Matter of fact, while we do that, I'm gonna do this.
There's a seat right there! And you came into my place when I sat down. You are a shit! You are a shit! Get the fuck away from me! You fucking gross! My tablet is fucking garbage! You're garbage! You're garbage! You fucking
Hey!
I forgot that I didn't want to start with this video, but it started playing, so I said, fuck it, let it roll. I don't think this is necessarily the most hood video, but this is definitely poor behavior. Said, all right, I'll go back and check it out here in just a second. But there's some crazy stuff on that motherfucking profile. But I want to know, was he wrong for what he did, right? Lady tapped him in the face with an iPad, it seems to have been. Was he wrong for responding the way he did, you know, with the whole we gotta have chivalry and not put our hands on the ladies and things of that nature? Is that still a thing? Are we still following those rules these days? Because I'm wondering. It doesn't seem like we are. It doesn't seem like that is even a deal anymore. All right, let's do it like that. But I wish. I figured out. I got some things I still got to tweak. But like to know, he wasn't wrong. She said you broke my tether. Not that I know of. But see, and again, Otis, and here's the thing, right? Because we're going to talk about the hood. We're going to talk about how things changed, because there was a point in time when the hood was good, right? But the mentality, the behavior, the things have changed. We're going to talk about who's to blame for that and why these things happen. Let's go back right here. I'll go back to it.
Hey! Hey, stop! Yo, Jesus Christ!
Just if all black people look alike was ever a thing, this was it. Fuck it, I can't get that nigga. I'm gonna attack the next nigga I see because I'm mad about my iPad. This is a whole different. I do believe that ass whooping should be handed out. Oh, that was pre-inflation hood.
Stop!
You got in my face! You piece of shit!
I mean, his aim is terrible. He missed everything.
Fucking broke everything. I literally sat down.
She flinging that shit out.
Men that should be there for people.
What she said there? Thanks, man. I wonder if she was expecting the men on that train to assist her, right? This is a country of independence, independent women. And I guess she's upset about that. I guess she might have learned something today. But it's very unfortunate.
I'm looking right at you. Thank you guys. Sure do. Go by the whole thing of taking care of women, right?
See, the whole thing of taking care of women, right? See, again, I'm looking right at you. Thank you guys. You know, we're all independent, or they're all independent till you need one. But is it their responsibility? Is it their responsibility to jump in to defend her? You know, she didn't seem to be shying away from it early on, and then, you know, things escalated, unfortunately. And in my opinion, she was the aggressor. And she expected someone to come in and swoop in to save her from her own bad behavior. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. All right. Get that one out the way, because that's not the crazy ghetto shit I wanted to get into. The hood, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what the hood does to the youth, right? You know, and a lot of folks like to blame the white man. He did all this stuff. I'm not blaming the white man. You got to blame people for embracing the negativities that come from the hood and trying to make it like it's a positive. Because then it has effects like this. And some of you may not think this is a major thing, but I think what you're about to watch right now is a huge problem.
Get me off the porch.
What you coming over here for?
I got the seat paper. Where's your grandma at?
In Suffolk.
Where's your mom?
Oh, wait a minute.
Get me off the porch.
What you coming over here for?
I got the seat paper. Where's your grandma at?
In Suffolk.
Where's your mom?
Oh, wait a minute.
Get me off the porch.
Right there. See? One, get me off record. He already know he up to some no good. So it's not that he don't know what he's doing is not ideal, right? And, you know, people are laughing and sniggling and giggling at it. Oh, it's no big deal, right? But this, you know, I'll say, what is he, maybe 5, 6 years old, possibly. You know, what happens a lot of time in environments like this, kids whose vernacular and ability to utilize the language is stunted, right? So sometimes children that may be a little bit older may speak a little bit younger, right? And that's things like this is what the hood do. So I'm gonna say he's 5 or 6 years old, right? Where do you think he gets this from? He might not have ever seen anybody do this, but I'm sure somebody who's around constantly is watching particular types of movies. I would say that he's probably seen some things with individuals nearby in the family. Illusion, what's the motherfucking... He could be, there's no telling. Trigger discipline and shit. Yeah, and so in a couple of years, you know, 4 or 5 years from now, when he's in juvie, or, you know, they may try him as an adult, people are going to be like, he was such a good kid. I don't know where that happened. You know, he was innocent. It was the system that let him down. You know, he was just a troubled youth. Why was he a troubled youth? Who troubled the youth? Oh, let me put a folder so I can get the crazy stuff out. Oh, I got some disgusting stuff for you. And because I saw it, y'all are going to have to see it. I'm not going to tell y'all when I'm going to play it either. So that way y'all can't be like, I'm going to get out the stream before you play it. This is hood mentality. You can't go nice places with friends because things like this occur. Now I want y'all to notice the demographics in this video. Notice who's at the center of all of the commotion, and then notice the crowd. The thing about it, though, that was crazy. Motherfucker jumping got put down. The thing about it too is like, unfortunately, and I'm a you know, I said I'm just talking about hood mentality because it can transpire across all races. But there's a few things that I think are specific to black folks, right? Because somehow this hood shit has status. It has representation in the black community. You get more credit for going to jail than you get for going to college. Dan has come in here several times and shared a story with us how I think he's had a family member who's going to college and has gotten celebrated for getting out, excuse me, as opposed to him, you know, getting celebrated for graduating, right? That's the kind of shit you'll see. You'll see going away parties, right? You'll see this stuff get celebrated. Oh, he did his time like a man. Which, if you are engaged in certain things and certain behaviors, then yeah, you know, that is what it is. That's on you. But the fact that this stuff gets celebrated and pushed to the forefront and treated like it's a necessity, especially in the black community, I talk about there's a lack of a rite of passage. And I think that that's a huge issue because in other communities, with I think the Jewish guys, you got the bar mitzvahs, you know, you have, I know you got the quinceañeras, I know it's more of a female thing, but you have these times where a child knows that they're becoming an adult, and they're taught to behave like an adult. They're taught to, you know, operate as an adult from a younger age, from usually as an early teen. But when you don't have that, when you talk about not even having, you know, fathers in the household, and now we're at a point in society where it is encouraged, where other women are encouraging women to become single mothers. That, you know, there's no need for a man. So the rite of passage doesn't exist. You don't even have a solid example of what it is. You're listening to dudes around your neighborhood who are still childish in demeanor. Again, you can sell dope, you can rob, steal, or kill, and be a fucking kid. You know what I mean? In a child's mentality. And you're being told that being a man is going to jail, going to prison, throwing away years of your life for nothing. But the crazy part about it is that it's not even just in the impoverished communities. It's not even in, like, what you would say a rundown neighborhood. Middle class blacks feel the same way. They feel like they got to prove something. Like they got to prove that you will get insulted if you are a black and you grew up middle class. If you grew up better off than others. I just realized I misspelled subscribe to the den. You'll get clowned. You'll get, it's like, again, coming from a nice family, looked down upon. Pursuing an education, looked down upon. But you go out fighting in the middle of a carnival, shoot a nigga, something like that, do some time, you'll gain status amongst your peers. Right? It's an ass backwards mentality. Again, it's not solely a black thing, but it is very, very prevalent with black niggas. There's niggas of every race, but black niggas especially. Now this environment looks more what's the word I'm looking for? Homogenized? Maybe? I don't know. Looks like the crowd is pretty similar. Let's see what happens.
Roll, bitch! Roll, bitch! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Oh snap, is it not here? Is it not here? I'm gonna be highly upset. Hold on 1 second. Oh no. Oh no. There it is. I have to point something out to y'all. If y'all didn't see it already, if y'all don't know what I'm going to do, if y'all been watching the show long enough, then y'all probably have a good idea. I don't know, just niggatry. Just pure nigga energy. Probably Broderick. Broderick the type of nigga that starts shit like that. Wherever Broderick Brody goes, problems arise. Oh. I don't know, I forgot how to do all this shit right. Do 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 do. Well, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. Take a look around and tell me what's going down. When do women not give a fuck? Like, these are basically draws, right? These are basically draws. Like, women have no shame. They go everywhere and draw. Like, that shit used to be like for volleyball games, like cheerleading bloomers or some shit like that. Bitches just be going everywhere in what equates to draws. It's all on lose and appreciate the love. Damn, I ain't got the. I gotta set the thing up on this frame. Cully's press conference? Nah, yeah, I did not see it. I like I say, I hardly watch the fucking Texas press conferences. They're terrible. But I'm sure there was some shenaniganery taking place. Do 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 do. Let me do it like this so I can actually. Yeah, this is much better. All right. But wait, there's more. What's going on with this face right here? Said Facebook was on some shit. I heard like IG and Facebook was tripping and shit. Like, I heard it was going crazy. I think I'm gonna do a big chop. I think I'm gonna cut the dreads. I'm gonna cut them about like right here. It's about time. I ain't got too damn long. Well, hell no. I'm super anti-bonnet. She know this nigga. This nigga here always causing some shit. This nigga is a neighborhood shit starter. But that's not the thing, right? Why every time some shit go down, there's one of these? Just wait, right? I'm gonna show y'all. I already told y'all about women with colored hair like that. Get you killed. Weave bonnets. You wear bonnets in public. Bonnets and Crocs right here. These kind of Crocs get you killed. I'm finna show you. Like, niggas all outside. Why? This right here is the most dangerous person alive. This right here, I normally talk about Crocs and women who wear J's and shit, but what in the fuck is this? What is this? What is going on right here? What kind of outfit combination? Like, this bitch came outside ready to stomp somebody, ready to fight, dog. Like, this is terrible, bro. Nigga, ain't no horses nowhere near this motherfucker. I don't know, it could be Dallas. It could be Dallas. That look like somebody else, some Oklahoma hood somewhere. But that's not even what I want to say. I mean, this might kind of fit it, but why is there always one of these? Every time some shit like this goes down, well, see, that's them cowboy boots help you get the grip. Look at this shit. Look at her. She was actually in a bad position right here. Let's see how she was able to use the momentum and velocity to execute this judo toss. Look at that shit. That's science right there. That's why there's weight classes in this shit. It's always weight class. But just wait. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. How many bonnets are out here? I need to count how many bonnets. It's at least it's several. I don't even know how many, but it's pretty. Hold on. Wait. Is she wearing boots too? Are these Uggs? Are these like hulled ass Uggs or are these boots too? Are there two bitches in bonnets and boots? What kind of event was this? It's some old super country hood shit. Oh, hell no. I know I'm not tripping. I think them Uggs. I think those are Uggs. Hey, there ain't no way it's two bitches in boots and bonnets. Nah, that's boots. Them two hardest hoes in that hood. Don't nobody want no smoke with either one of them bitches. Them bitches known for, they walk around in boots daily. And they're looking for a bitch to get into some shit. They prepared. But this, why is it always one of these in the mix somewhere? It's always a bitch that look like this in the mix, starting some shit somewhere. Notice, again, footwear of choice. Crocs need to like start sponsored. I'm telling y'all, let me fuck around here like that Powerball or something. Y'all think I'm above starting a ghetto fighting league? The fighters will come out in Crocs. All the bitches got to fight in Crocs. Period. That's just the standard footwear. Like if the UFC can restrict the outfits that the UFC fighters got to wear, all the bitches got to fight in Crocs, right? They start out in a bonnet and Crocs, and so you like lose point. If you lose Crocs or your bonnet comes off at any point during the fight, like that's like technical points you lose, right? I'm dead serious about this shit. Like I will go hood to hood all across America. It will be the greatest shit you've ever seen in your life. And the bitches I let them two bitches wear their boots because they ready for that shit. Dog. It's always one of these though. And everyone, it's always one of these. Anyway, I spent too much time on this crazy country shenanigan video. What the fuck? I gotta pay more attention to the shit I be watching. But again, right? How do you blame that on white people? How can we blame that one on white folks? I'm curious because, you know, when you start having these conversations, you start asking certain questions, somehow, some way, it always goes back to it's white people's fault, white people doing all this shit and that shit. I had to bring this one back just for shits and giggles because I thought this was quite funny. Shout out Dita Gamma, lovely Miss Grace, Shannon Jones. How are you doing this evening, ladies? Jeremiah, let me see. Anybody I may have missed? I did not intend to this. Man, look, like they knew they was riding in the shit when they got in the shit, right? So like, why even try to cover them now? You might as well just own that shit. Just like own it. Look, y'all tell me, I don't know what's going on with this. Come on, what are y'all saying? What is? See, I done got a thing from like Uber, but I ain't signed up for Uber. I signed up for Uber Eats. Then they told me my background was bad, and now they talking about I'm eligible. It's like, oh, y'all need to make some decisions. Y'all need to make some life-changing decisions. I'm top delivery driver in the state of Texas. You know what I'm saying? I deliver. I don't shiver. You feel me? If you're going to accept me in your program, you got to accept me in your program. You can't just be like, oh, you good? Well, your background, baby. We going to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the king of DoorDash in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a free agent. You know what I'm saying? So you Uber, you got to get your shit correct. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, fucking weird timing that they sending me that shit. Yeah. Because I ain't gonna lie, DoorDash is on the trips. But hey, you know, talk about the hood, right? It's one thing they do, you know, because they love to mix the alphabet community, especially with the black community. But hey, nobody's exempt. Because the hood even gets to the limp wrists.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, move. Yeah, don't praise nothing, no. Don't have no open. I was telling y'all. That's enough. Man, this hoe. That's right, dude. No her pulling.
Oh, that dude too big to be that. No hair pulling. This is what I'm saying. Like, okay, at this point forward, when I'm saying niggas, I'm referencing black folks. Niggas lost generation. I'm telling y'all, this is the man. I ain't got nothing for it, bro. I ain't got nothing for it. This is no benefit to society. This nigga said you leaking, girl. What? See, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's certain people, certain folks among us who see things from a very different lens, a very different perspective, a perspective that people I would identify as more rational. I identify as rational. Some of us who are a little bit more rational don't see things the same way some of these people see things, the way they use certain terminologies, the way they speak the vernacular that they apply to themselves and one another. The lines have been blurred purposely. Well, I'm upset. Anyway, I'll finish in a second.
That's right, dude. Yeah, that's enough. Oh my God.
Y'all remember Fight Night? Y'all remember Fight Night? That dude got dropped. Like Fight Night. Like that was, Fight Night used to have like 2 or 3 different kind of little knockouts. Some of them you would drop real quick. That motherfucker was out on his feet and just slow roll it.
Yeah, that's enough. Oh my God.
But the crazy part about it is like this is oh my God, this is the worst. There was absolutely no hands in this fight. It was a bunch of swinging my arms back and forth. This dude only won because he was clearly larger than this gentleman. Neither one of these niggas fight. He was just bigger than the other dude. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't care if you're gay or not. You lose a fight to a nigga in some pink camouflage shorts. I don't care how you identify. That's an L, bro. Like you. Fight Night Round 3. My claim to fame was saying I was in the back of a hearse and not dead. What the hell are you talking about, Shannon? Yeah, I don't know about you. I have no idea. This is terrible, bro. Like, what do you call this?
Oh my God.
Why are there so many? Why are there so many? What is going on, dog? Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Oh shit.
There's nothing going on here. It's just a bunch of.
I
don't even want to watch this shit again. I'm fucking sick. But hey, what about those queens, right? And I'm not talking about the queens we just watched. I'm talking about actual biological females.
Come on, there's a drunk. There's a drunk. Oh my God! There's a drunk misunderstanding.
I know what y'all hoping to see. Any red-blooded American male in here. I know what y'all are hoping to see. But I watched this before I put this one in the mix.
On the niggas, yeah, you tripping. Yeah, you're drunk and you're tripping. Yeah. What's up? Bitch, what's up? Yeah. No. Oh my. Yeah. You're drunk. Chill. Yeah. Chill. She's done. You're done. No, she not. No, she not. No. No. Come on. Let's go. Auntie Vicky said let's go. Get the fuck off my fucking car. Auntie Vicky said it's time to go. Auntie Vicky said it's time to go. Okay. Yeah.
Now, how the bitch that wasn't even fighting just fall? A bunch of goofy ass, drunk ass bras that got shit. This is what I'm saying. This is why I don't fuck with alcohol like that. Motherfuckers don't know how to behave. You know, all this other stuff they say is bad for you. This is just, alcohol is equally as bad when in the hands of people who cannot handle that shit. That's why you have the various anonymouses and all those other things, because you have people out here who it's just not for them, chief. Anywho, terrible. It's a whole terrible situation. And then somebody ain't had to come out there and settle it all down, right? Terrible. Sad state of affairs. Anyway, next. So, you know, we got the Empress out the way. And we got the U-Haulers out the way. But, you know, this is the thing, though, right? Because, you know, we talked about friends earlier, right? People who don't always have your best interest in mind in the hood, that you deal with people because you grew up around them, right? Real friends wouldn't do a thing like this for what, over some alcohol? Alcohol usually it lets loose real feelings and intentions, right? So the fact that happened, it may have been a misunderstanding, but there were some underlying things that was happening before that ever took place. You know what I'm saying? And so there's that. But
And I'm single.
You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body.
Oh, that's so cute.
Is that a boy? That's two men?
No, it's a lady, girl.
I like that. No, I like you. You a freak. Ew, you know.
I told y'all that there was something I saw, so I was gonna make y'all see it. I wasn't gonna tell y'all when I was gonna play it, and I had to slip that in there. I saw it, so now y'all saw it. What has been seen can't be unseen. If I gotta suffer, look, y'all gonna suffer with me, goddammit. That was terrible. That was disgusting. I'm gonna throw a little bit of humor in here to get your minds washed of that terrible stuff. Appreciate the love is all an illusion. I had to do it.
I love y'all too. And y'all agree. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh, this thing talking to me. This damn doorbell talking at him. Hey, who on the doorbell? Nicole, shut the fuck. Nicole, fucking doorbell talking bitch. Nicole, that doorbell saying something crazy. Fuck, we gonna go to jail, bitch. The doorbell saying something. I love y'all too. And y'all agree. Oh shit. Yeah.
But here's the plot twist on the whole thing, right? Here's the plot twist on the whole thing. See, she's not leaving. She fucking getting that. She went in there and made her a plate to go put in the car. Then she finna come back in the house and join the rest of the party. See, she got that plate in her hand. See, she wasn't finna leave. She getting that initial plate out the way. Then she finna go back in there and go eat. So yeah, y'all gotta peep game. You gotta see them shits.
Oh, this thing talking to me. This damn doorbell talking at him. Hey, who on the doorbell? Nicole, shut the fuck. Nicole, fucking doorbell talking bitch. Nicole, that doorbell saying something crazy. We gonna go to jail, bitch. The doorbell saying something.
Oh shit. So here's my thing though. This is what you got to realize. And she's a little bit older, so you know the technology may have escaped her. But that shit is fucking funny as shit to me, bro. But see, that's how you do it though. Nowadays you can see who snuck out with the plates early. You got the little doorbell with the record shit on there. Oh, them motherfuckers took 2 plates to the outside. All right, we get one more little humorous thing in, and we're gonna get back to talk about niggatry and shenaniganery.
Oh, man, come on. Goddamn, man. Get up. Get on up. Just wake up. Hands on up. Stay on the feet. Baby, we were just quiet. Get up. You. Get up. Oh, man. Kill him. Baby, we were just quiet. Get you. Get up. Goddamn devil. Wait a minute. Oh, man, come on. Goddamn, man. Get up. Get on up. Just wake up. Hands on up. Stay on the feet. Baby, we were just quiet. Get up. You. Get up. Oh, man. Kill him. Baby, we were just quiet. Get you. Get up. Goddamn devil. Wait a minute.
That is very unfortunate. See, that's what I'm saying though. He went the wrong way. That's the problem, right? And see, old buddy need to get his gal because she helping the man out. She giving him the clothes and shit. She throwing his clothes out there for him. She trying to stop him from getting to him. He probably beat that bitch later on. I ain't gonna lie. And this motherfucker limping and shit like he thought he was escaped. That motherfucker, he ain't want it bad enough. He's slipping and shit. Not a motherfucker that just failed and hurt himself about to get out on you. But, hey, it is what it is. All right, so let's talk about friends. Let's talk about poor mentality. Let's talk about shenanigans, right? Let's talk about tomfoolery.
That's it. Weird as hell, man. No, man. That was dumb as fuck, man. Like, for no reason, man. That shit don't make sense, man. Shit, not cool at all, man. At all, man. At all. Shit, man. Hey, you don't give.
That's my thing. Why? Why? Why would you do that? One, it's a terrible friend to be smoking Black and Miles in a closed environment around other people. We talking about secondhand smoke. That's like fifth-hand smoke. You getting all the smokes in that shit. So you're a bad friend for smoking Black and Miles in a car with other people. Black and Miles, if you're going to smoke them shits, you can smoke them in an environment by yourself or at least outside so the smoke can dissipate somewhere else. You trying to give niggas instant cancer. You trying to give niggas that new cancer. That shit is terrible. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. And now you say, well, the white guys, they do this to each other. And they do all these things. Yeah, you're right about that. White folks do some crazy ass shit. But which kind is it? It's always those real jackass type characters. And what do you know about most of them dudes? They were on a bunch of fucking drugs when they did that shit. That was disgusting. I'm kind of mad I had to show y'all because I had to watch it again when I did that. But let's talk about how these things impact, you know, the youth, right? How the hood took what was, when we thought something innocent, and it ruins the innocence faster than anywhere else.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. I gotta get all the good guys. 1 minute. Wait. I got all the good guys.
Yeah, on camera.
Wait.
I don't care.
Wait a minute.
Big juicy get
You hear that? You hear that? Those are little girls who who talk like grown black women, but grown black women talk like young black niggas. So these little girls sound like niggas, like male niggas, right? This is like this is what I'm saying. This is what is a product of this environment, right? Speaking like this, and this is why you can't sit here and tell me that, oh, you know, when you're talking about ebonics and AAV and all this other dumb shit. Because if you can pick up this lingo, this conversation, the way that people are talking now, right, which has not been a very long, it's like internet talk, but you can't pick up decent English. There's plenty of that on television. You watch enough TV to hear it. So you can't pick that up, but you can pick this shit up at a young age. But this is something just naturally ingrained in niggas that they got to talk like this, which is also how generally other individuals, white, Hispanic, Asian, who come up out of a lower class environment tend to speak. And then you got, like I said, the middle class niggas who want to make sure they fit in, so they gotta speak a certain way because they don't want to feel ostracized because they're ashamed to be better off than what they perceive most niggas to be in. So that's cool. This is okay. And little fat nigga couldn't hang and get his ass whooped, so she better not go back to school with that bullshit. But again, violent kids. Why? What are these kids angry about? What is going on? What are they so mad about? Right? You know, we talk about women, ladies, things of that nature. I'm showing y'all 1,000 videos where there's not a lady in sight. All the ladies jumping in the brawl like niggas. You know? That didn't used to be a thing. It might have been a one-on-one, two women might have had personal issues with one another. Now these bitches all want to jump in, fight, and be in the mix like niggas. Like these bitches, I'm convinced, and it's gonna sound funny, they have to have higher levels of testosterone to be this angry and this aggressive. Like it has to be a real thing. Okay. Shit. They recording it. She put it on her own damn phone. One, they stupid to show, I guess, that they did something to get some clout. And then you 3 motherfuckers to jump you, you still standing, you ain't do shit. But the attempt, the energy and effort put into attacking one another. Imagine you put that same level of energy into schooling, right? Imagine you put that same level of energy into your education. Wouldn't that be nifty? Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, there's gonna be some orphan kids. I'm taking it to the top. I'm taking it to the top. I'm gonna do more damage than they could ever do. They gonna be in a foster home, fucking with me. That happens, it's gonna be one of these situations. Cause I already know straight up. I already tell you, Lil can't fight. She's green as shit, and I'm cool with that. I'm super cool with that. But some shit like that happen, let me find out. It's gonna be some orphan children. I hope you enjoy staying with your grandpa, cause you go be missing some people. Shit. You're gonna be in a whole new environment. You're gonna be in a new school. You're gonna be in a new everything. You're gonna be a fucking ward of the state fucking around with me. But yeah, but this is the shit they promote, right? This is the shit. Well, obviously these motherfuckers ain't got no daddies around, so I guess I'd have to find an uncle or something to slide. Anyway, yeah, I mean you might have to, because that's it's levels to it. It might be a few victims. Like I say, you might have to really go over the top with the shit. Hold on, wait, let me before I say anything else. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right. Yes, don't mind my cup and my things. Let me slide that to the back before I say anything else. So that way, it wasn't me. It was on the video. I didn't say any of these things. I don't know. I don't know what was being said. Somebody else must have said that. I would never suggest or condone violence. I would never. I don't believe in those things. I guess I got it all backwards, right? I got my fucking face covered when I'm saying other shit. I should have it, but it's not that. Who is Honcho? This isn't Honcho. This is just some random nigga on the internet encouraging people to do bad stuff if people harm their children. All right, so aside from that, I'm back. I had to take a break. I don't know who that was, but yeah, but as I'm saying, you'd have to, you'd have to overdo it. That's all I can say about that. Ain't no fucking way. You'd have to overdo it. Look, the only man in the scene, he like, what the fuck going on? He don't even want no part of that. We talk about hood mentality, right? And hood mentality, and Tox said earlier, hood mentality is worse than the hood itself, because you can take this shit in environments where it just doesn't belong. Tell me if y'all can figure out where this is. I'm not even going to say anything. Tell me if y'all can figure out where this niggadry is taking place.
That ain't my point. That's both sides. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
Sorry for the white folks. They're like, what is going on? What's happening? What's going on right now?
Anytime this many of God's people are gathered together, you have to understand that Satan has to have his people in here, and there's nothing that can be done about it. And so if you happen to be seated next to one of his followers and you had to do something, I apologize on your behalf.
Water on the girl.
Look at everybody over here. What's going on over there? It was just y'all. That might have been a medical emergency. That don't matter.
Niggas was fighting.
There's somebody who was on the tunnel too long. I appreciate somebody that good looking. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. God bless you.
Yeah, at a damn Cat Williams comedy show. That's what I say. You can't take niggadry, you can't take hood mentality, you can't take that ghetto shit out in public, because they ruin it for everybody else, right? People pay good money to come see a show. Just got interrupted. And got Cat Williams off track. I'm sure he's got jokes, so it's not a deal. But still, right? Yeah. That's the crazy shit, right? Like, you can't even have a good time. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Get up, get on up. No, that shit stuck in my fucking head. Oh. I got a couple of them in a second I'm going to show y'all. And I want to know if you feel like this is deserved or not, right? And I showed y'all this the other day. This is a repeat from the other day. But this is, you know, not all the hood mentality shit is about violence. It's about shit like this.
So, man, y'all stealing? Y'all stealing?
No, you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, man, I didn't walk out with a cart full of shit.
Who did?
These guys did. Look at all this.
No, I don't know about that.
Y'all need 10 of them sweaters? In case one don't fit
Are
right?
you stealing? Are you security or something?
No.
What are you worried about?
What's that? What's the problem? This is the kind of community I don't want to live in, man. People taking shit out of the
How
store.
do you know that they stole it?
Because I just watched them take 8 of those sweaters off the rack and walk straight out.
I don't know about that.
You know nothing about that? I'm telling you what I saw. Wow. Welcome to Portland, right? How many sweaters you got? I don't think you wear like 10 of those at once, man. I think you'd only put on one like a normal person. Oh, your door's not closed all the way. Hey, you dropped a jacket and some flip-flops. You want to take those too? Oh, don't run it over. Okay. How about this one? You want this one? You don't want this one? Hey, don't forget to turn your headlights on. Gotta be safe. Jesus.
Yeah, shit, what the hell are you talking about?
So, man.
Everything has been violence. Ain't been nothing but people fighting, brawling, kids, women, small babies with guns. Just like like Dave Chappelle said, Portland gets what it gets. Man, appreciate the love. Shout out to Dan the man.
$5, Buster.
Dog, terrible stuff. Terrible stuff, man. Man, that's crazy. I never, well, until recently, did I ever realize Portland was such a terrible place, right? It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Here's another one with friends, right? Let's talk about friends and hanging out. I'm gonna let this video play through, and I want y'all to tell me if y'all notice something and why this thing happened. It's a little long. That's what she said. But I'm gonna let it play.
It's not funny. I'm gonna do it. Stephanie! 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 Oh shit. Hold on, you violent. Alright, now we get violent. Stephanie, what the fuck? Stephanie! Nah, Stephanie, I'm gonna lie.
I'm over here talking, muting myself. I said, that's like a fucking $100-something bottle of fucking liquor. Like, that's not fucking cheap shit, and she swinging the shit around. That's why I say alcohol is just as bad as any of the rest of this shit. For a motherfucker who can't handle that shit, dog, anybody who's been around somebody who's had too much to drink more than once has seen some shit like this. Or you've been in a group venue where people have been drinking excessively. You've seen somebody can't handle their liquor and start tripping and getting violent. And then shit escalates.
You wildin', bro. Relax. Bitch, I got her, bitch. Relax, bro. You wildin', bro. What the fuck is you doing? With your pussy ass, bitch.
Yeah. Please come down here. Please do. Please don't worry. She'll be here in 5 minutes. She's gonna drag you up and down this fucking hallway.
Oh!
No. Whoop that ass. Whoop that ass. Whoop that ass.
I know I keep talking, but I want y'all to see who the hitman they called in were. Okay? Just pay attention. All right, I'm going to shut up.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Get out. Get out.
Nah, he's good.
Stop. This is still my fucking job.
That job is over, bro.
Just go.
Job is over.
Get out. Get out. Come on, Charles.
Professor Trill cheated for the pistachios. Yeah, that might have been. I'm just gonna say it was some nude color tights. It didn't look super shapely, so maybe we get away with that. Bro, they called in the heavyweighters. Why? Did y'all know they called in 2 big girls to set it off on that chick? That's who he called up. That's craziness, right? They're gonna be able to drag your ass. Are they bodyguard? Do they work in this apartment building? But my thing is, this, right? Like, one, you talking about don't call the police and all that shit. You got all your fucking neighbors outside. Like, you're getting evicted. Like, what kind of shit is this, bro? Like, if I was your neighbor, yeah, fuck yeah, I don't want you fucking living around. You have people like this in your house, you come out causing all this commotion and shit. You couldn't get the little skinny bitch. I struck that bitch all the way down the fucking steps and left her locked out somewhere. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that bitch was a lightweight. You couldn't clear that bitch out. Like, and you let her cause all this rugged shit to hit you with the blue, whatever that shit is, the little vodka shit. She didn't tow your shit up, fucked up the hookah, like all that shit, bro. Like, and somehow she keeps getting back into your apartment. Like, how? Put that bitch out, slide it on down the hall and lock the fucking door. You know what I'm saying? But see what it is, because you got some other shit going on, so you don't want the laws cover that bitch, then they're getting too lit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's just extremely unfortunate, you know. Bad decision making. That's what happened when you've been. I ain't gonna lie. I had some crazy whole situations like that. But shit, it wouldn't even. It'd be the friends. Like, see, this is why you can't trust females when they be like, oh, I got a friend. She cool. Woo, woo. No. I didn't invite your friend. To my party. I don't know your friend. Your friend can't handle alcohol. She can't come to my party. Okay, because just females. Oh, I got a cool. They're never cool. None of the hoes can handle their liquor, and it always be their friend that they bring that always cause some shit. Right. And so you gotta stay away from them. This is a situation, I don't know what's going on, but whatever. More disappointing men in the black I think this was Lil Nas X before he was famous. Before they were famous videos. All right. So in this one, I'm gonna let this one play. And I want to know if y'all think that for what happened, oh, it was a him. That's a whole him right there. And that's a dude in that wig. Yes. probably some disrespectful dude. That's probably why they did all that weird shit. But this video right here, I want to know, who do you think was right and who was wrong in this situation? I'm just going to let it play out.
Got another right there, put me back up.
Don't slap her. Please, Ashley, don't slap her. Please don't slap her, Ashley. Please don't slap her, Ashley. If you do, I got it on camera.
Is she? Huh?
My baby knows shit like that. Never. Come on, sis. Oh, man. Come on, folks.
Got another right there.
Now, I'll explain as to how it was presented. Apparently, the white lady tried to offer, I don't know how many of these kids are hers or which of these kids are hers. I'm sure that other heavily eyelashed lady has one or two of these young pups in the mix too. Apparently, the white lady was trying to offer them drugs of some sort. Right? Of course, Broderick would say, poor white lady. Terrible. Because Broderick promotes drugs. Because he's a drug user. And he promotes violence. Because he causes violence wherever he goes. So apparently, yeah, she was trying to offer the kids some type of drug. That's why she said, don't you ever offer my kids no shit like that. Apparently, from where I got to get, this was the allegations that allegedly the lady was trying to offer them fucking some type of drugerization. But see, this lady's going to jail for hate crime because that lady had a rainbow thing on. So, you know, you can't do that. That's illegal. You're going to jail now. All right, weird wig stuff. All right, we'll get off niggas for one video. We'll come back. What's gonna happen with all the new individuals that just flew in from overseas? That's what y'all neighborhood's gonna be looking like soon once they all get acclimated.
Oh, those are wild act beef. This is crazy.
Anyway, there's that. So the Afghans are wilding. I don't know if they've been here. I don't know if they're natives or if they newbies. If they wilding, son, say word. Oh, the lovely Miss Sarah Lou joining us this evening. How are you doing, ma'am? Chalk Milk, how are you doing this evening? Chalk Milk, you is the hood, Chalk Milk. I heard you be set tripping and shit. I heard you be banging. So I don't know about this one here, right? I don't think there's any sound to it. Well, this one was kind of like an okie doke, right? This was kind of like an okie doke. Right? Because see, I don't like the way the dude played the situation. Right? I don't know how I feel about this. Like, he played a little passively. Now he got real weird on the bar. Like, here's my stop. I'm done. But I need to make one of them violent graphic scenes again. I gotta make another. Let me put that in my notes. My viewer discretion is advised scene. I still got a few things I gotta I gotta put together. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he stomped the fuck out of him.
We have a talent.
That almost fit just perfect. Almost fit just perfect. Yeah, definitely some drugs. Definitely some shit going on there. Very unfortunate situation. Let's see. Do. All right. I'm gonna say the best for last. I don't know what's happened with it. But again, more young ladies in the urban environment. See how we encourage, and again, and I say this, you know, the big Honcho, you know, you used to probably get in the fights and do all this stuff. Yes, when I was young and ignorant, and it was crazy because I remember somebody telling me, you know, at a young age, be like, man, you know, all this shit, you guys, you just don't realize how quickly this shit could jump off into something else, how quickly it could turn into much more violent. You don't know what nobody got, you don't. And now as an adult looking back at these things, and I'm like, bro, there's a lot of situations I was very fortunate to get out of. There's a lot of situations that probably could escalate into other things, you know what I mean? But I look at this stuff now, and the reason why I say the things that I do is hopefully that, you know, with a platform, with things that maybe there are people out there who see this stuff, and maybe that, you know, they get that. Maybe there's not somebody telling them, hey, this shit is not beneficial. This is not normal. You know what I mean? These are troubled people, not just troubled youth, right? And there's got to be a better solution. Now, I mean, you seen that she had this, what is it, these Crocs? This Crocs on it, man?
Hell no. My boy, I'm in your way. I'm in your way. I'm sorry.
Oh, and she didn't kick the Crocs off. I told you about females in Crocs, bonnets, multiple tattoos, brightly colored hair. Like it's a sign of death for you. You're gonna die. Like if you on the wrong side of whatever she's opposing, you in a bad situation. Run, nigga. I don't care if you're not even in the fight. If you just nearby, just run. At first, you light skinned, so you knew you was finna lose. Then you got them look like you got them goddamn caterpillars in your face. And this is what I say. This is what makes me sad. These are young. These are children. Out of there already, doomed. Head full of weave, head full of weave, head full of weave. All of them. This is the problem. Has nothing to do with anybody else. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with it. This is the culture within itself promoting this shit. When black women especially don't think that they look good enough as they are, and they go do all this other shit, that is the sign of a mental health issue. You will never be satisfied because you're going to always be having to chase this other thing. And then I know some black women here, you do, what the fuck you talk about you? Are you hating on black women? Look, it ain't my fault. Y'all want to change your damn hairstyle every damn 2 weeks. Make a decision and stick with that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's another sign that y'all be having issues. But, like I say, that is nothing to do with, it's the power to fix these things is within our own community, right? Or their community. I'm not claiming part of this community, you know. But I mean, just look at it when you do it to children, like this. These are kids. They're not that old, but this is what they feel like they need to exist. This is not gonna just go away tomorrow. Oh well, you know, they're gonna feel like they need to look like this for the rest of their life, and it's gonna be a problem. Because how many times we've seen the women who don't want to go out in public? That's why they put the bonnets on. They refuse to go out in public looking like they look, and that's a sign. If you can't go out naturally as you are, you're afraid to show yourself. Like that's a sign of a mental health problem. When that happened right there, that's when she should have known she fucked up. When have you ever seen somebody put the hood on to fight? Like, when have you ever seen somebody put the hood on to fight? This bitch got experience. I'm telling you, when the Black Woman Fighting League started, when I start this shit, I'm finna go find her ass. She's gonna be the first one I recruit. She's gonna be the #1 contender. if I'm not mistaken, did she like try to hit that hoe with like a roundhouse or some shit? You bitch been watching UFC, bro. Oh. Yes. This bitch been watching you. This is not within the nigga rules of fighting. This bitch been practicing this kick for like a week straight, waiting on this fucking fight. Dog. What in the fuck is going on? You gonna call in? I don't know. I don't want to talk to you if you're on the toilet, nigga. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean you can't wear the same hair? If you have your own hair, you can wear the same hairstyle every day. And you can wear it for more than 2 weeks. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to change. Like, I'm not, like, if you wearing weaving, yeah, you might need to change that shit often. But you can't fucking be just wearing this fucking, you can wear your hair and then wear it for an extended amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Dog. Look at this shit. This bitch like really went for the extendo kick and then missed and got her ass whooped. Anyway, we got a couple of more that we're going to be. I don't want to talk to Broderick. I'll talk to anybody but Broderick. And then this was the video from the other day. I know y'all remember this one, right? Because people don't give a fuck. People feel like somebody owes them something. And then I'm going to tell you why this is detrimental. It's people who have a hood mentality think this is okay. And then they don't realize this is why the poor pay more.
Night at work. It's a wedding vibe for me.
That's what I said. I take these videos for my job. New York City. Oh, my fault. I got the damn both the audios on. Who the hell invited me to a party? I'm in the middle of a stream. How you invite me to parties and shit? All right. What has happened to motherfucking dudes, dog? I want to push it again. Oh, hold on.
$5, Buster.
Appreciate the love, strong and grand. So the corporates and politicians who enable this behavior need to be held accountable, but they will not. No, they need this so that they can perpetuate and promote whatever bullshit statistics they need to throw in front of people to say this is why this is happening, this is happening. And then when these businesses leave these communities, you know, people will use that to say it's racism, it's prejudice, and this is, you know, we can't get jobs, or, you know, because these companies, well, again, it is what it is. Or the same reason when they'll talk about, oh, well, it's racism because they locking up certain stuff. And you go, well, it's the shit you niggas stealing. Like, this is it right here. But see, niggas will ignore these videos, act like this shit. This is only one store. Even though we ain't watched like 50 fucking Ultas across the country getting robbed. And, you know, you don't see that shit happen in Texas. I haven't seen no Texas videos yet. If so, I better see a leaky motherfucking body next to it. Anyway, I don't condone violence. Not on tape anyway. All right, and so again, I don't know where this is. I have no idea. But again, this is why I say when you take that hood mentality out of the hood and you take it to public places, it can spread worse than the 19. the shit that killed me. These hoes be acting like whole niggas out here. There's been multiple times we see it. The bitch be acting crazy, acting goofy. Have the nerve to hit on a man as soon as she is about to receive her consequence. Niggas want to jump in. No, bro, no. Yeah, I need to control that hoe before she does that. Before she gets in that situation. But this situation, the man's telling you that the bitch got a knife and he tried to jump in, but instead niggas want to get mad and attack him. Instead of breaking up the situation that should have been prevented, this is what y'all want to get upset about. And after that other bitch ended up leaking, and that bitch gonna go to time, she gonna get a street cred, because hey, she stabbed fuck out that bitch, she a gangster. Hey, White Iverson. And you see what's taking place. The niggas are celebrating. It's violence. People are getting hurt. People are getting punched, possibly stabbed, body slammed. All these things are taking place. What niggas doing? Celebrating, cheering. Not trying to stop it, not trying to be concerned about the well-being of their fellow citizen. They don't give a fuck. As long as they're getting entertained by these motherfuckers fighting, they don't care. Nobody gives a shit, right? Well, it's them, not me. How much would you guys be willing to bet this is at one of those rap guys' concerts? Say something about his mama. That's unfortunate. I don't know what happened with that. Anywho, that was the last of the last. Let's swap it back up. So, like I said, it's very unfortunate that these things take place. But this is the mentality of people, right? And so, what I wanted to say, and I probably wasted way more time watching videos than I intended, is where does this mentality come from? Why is this culture embraced? Who is to blame for this behavior? Is it
the man?
Or should people be held accountable for their own actions? Or should it be that, or are there other factors that we are overlooking that continue to perpetuate this behavior? And is it too late to stop this way from spreading? Is this what's cool, what's popular? We see it all over the interwebs. This is the stuff that gets attention. I was looking at something the other day. I was looking at the videos about, I guess, all these rappers who apparently have caught bodies and done all this other stuff in different places. And just looking at the views it got, people are crunk about it, right? They love it. It's all good till it's one of your people. It's all good until it's one of your associates, right? But, again, it is what it is. Who do we blame for this? Now that we're living in a racial jungle, who do we blame for this behavior, right? I don't know. You guys tell me. Give me just a second. Let me open up the line. And we'll try to take a call or two if we can. I know I've talked literally the entire time. I watched a bunch of crazy videos, so I didn't watch any last night. No, I'm not making any innuendo. I'm not making any assumptions. What's the... Excuse me, good grief. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
First off, bless you.
Thank you, sir.
And second off, you already know, if you're talking about some dysfunction in the black community, my coon ass had to call in. You already know.
Yes.
It is what it is. Yeah. You already know, goddammit.
Yes, sir. Well, first and foremost, before we get to the dysfunction, before we talk about dysfunctional niggas, let's talk about functional black men. How are you doing? How is school going? How is life treating you, Mr. Dan?
There was a situation going on right now. I don't want to get into details. It's Lord, nothing I'm going in on. I care about got himself in some shit, and the family's doing their best to help him out.
Okay.
I'm doing okay, yeah. I'm doing all right. Just focusing on school, my little work study VA job, doing all that. So I'm just doing what I can, paying the bills, man. That's it. That's all I can't do right now.
Okay. Well, with everything else, I hope everything works out, as smoothly as possible.
Yeah.
So hopefully it works out in your favor. But on the topic, on the niggardry, the hood. What do you think about this? What would you say is the root cause of this behavior, this belief? Is it the man? Is it the white man putting people in the ghetto? Is it something else? What would you say it is?
I think it's more of a system. Because if this epidemic, and I call it epidemic, if this was something that was inherently ingrained in the black culture, there would have been hoods in the 40s and 50s. And by hoods, I don't mean just like income level. I mean like the mentality you see, the drug dealing, the fights every day, the government dependence, the broken families, the baby mamas, the baby daddies, the incarceration rates in those areas. This wasn't a thing in the 60s and 50s and 40s, even in the darkest times of Jim Crow, fucking Reconstruction era South. I mean, this only happened, and I've said this, you said this, this only happened started around late 60s, early 70s. It seemed like segregation was better for us. Instead of trying to get the white man's cup of tea and all this other shit, we have stronger families, higher income, and people like Thomas O. Walter Williams have shown this through their studies, and other ones, I'm sure. But that great society, quote unquote. So I think it's an epidemic system and mentality. Yeah.
I agree with you because as I've been just kind of looking at things, it is weird that things that seemed to be back then seemed to be much better. The numbers were, depending on what statistics you were looking at, but I think what we would call positive statistics, like you said, as far as complete families, as mother, father in the home, children, the violence, the crime, murders especially, education. Even levels of employment. All of these things were significantly higher before a lot of government, I would say, intervention, injection, just kind of forcing themselves into this whole thing. Certain individuals saying, that these people are suffering because of this, that, and the third. And I hate to say it, being a gentleman from the South, that a lot of this stuff really got worse, when there were, I guess you would say, the great migrations from the South, and blacks from the South started moving other places. But there was a demeanor in the South there was a demeanor in the South that just not just, blacks held, and then I think it was just generally the South as a whole. And, some of us still retain it. It is what it is. But, because you could go back and you can see videos, you can see, read newspaper articles of prominent black groups at that time and put out statements that how they, felt that once those blacks moved to these places that it would impact the view of black, and then it would also cause detriment to their communities and their group because it would just bring them down as a whole. And unfortunately, that shit is true. And it seems like that happened and it almost became permanent. Like it just got worse and worse and worse, especially once people started to try to intervene. But do you think that there's any way that this could be resolved, fixed, or do you think that we're just it is what it is at this point?
Yeah, I have one question though. Is Miss Grace in the chat? Is Miss Grace here?
Is Miss Grace?
I just want to know.
Oh, I'm not
I think
sure.
she was earlier.
Yeah, I saw her earlier. I'm not sure if she still is.
Yeah. Well, what does Miss Grace say in these times? We done, bro. That's it, man.
Yeah.
How do you come back from this? I mean, so I was reading some stuff recently, and I was watching. Call Miss Grace. I was watching this thing called what is it? Traplo Ross, another.
Yes.
Culture vulture, but at
Yes.
least he does his research about a lot of shit, though. He has a lot of documentaries. What's the shit? This man was documenting the war in Chirac. And he had like GDs versus BDs, Old Block versus Tucaville, and like even with the gangsters back in the days, there was some semblance of like order. Nowadays, it's just a bunch of revenge killing.
Yeah.
They killed my nigga, so I'm gonna run up on that nigga. When you got to get back on that nigga, you killed his little brother or somebody else, and then it's just sad, bro. It's fucking sad, bro. It's insane. I don't know. I mean, because you can't necessarily blame white people for all these problems. Because look at some of these cities with some of the highest crime rates: Detroit, St. Louis, Memphis, Baltimore. You got a black police chief, black mayor, black council people, black aldermen, black alderwomen. You're like Chocolate City. Like, was it Ray Nagin, the mayor at the time? Said, this is Chocolate City. That Chocolate City that he got convicted of fucking embezzling off of and shit. Fucking crooks, man. Kwame Kilpatrick, the youngest mayor in American history, 30-something years old. You know, a lot of people had faith in him, and he, of course, spent money on a bunch of pimping ass suits and his mistresses, his side chicks, whatever people call that shit nowadays. His substitute pussy, I'll call it that now. And all this other shit behind his life cars and shit. And he didn't really do anything good for the state of Detroit. Yeah. But just because he has the same skin tone, people defended him.
Yep.
And, and he got that Trump stimulus package when he got, it's since, commutated or something like that, so it's been, he got finished early. It's funny to me, you know, and then you had back in the 80s with that whole, the whole crack cocaine epidemic came out, and a certain person, 2 times, you know, he did his best for the black community, in my humble opinion, by making the crack cocaine sentences more extraneous than the regular powder cocaine substances. You know. I guess, to watch out for people like his son. Yeah, and that's amazing. People don't look at their history. That's how these things happen. Jesus Christ! Oh God, that shit. I can't look at that shit. I'm not like a blind, foaming at the mouth Biden hater. It's just that fucking graphic looks frightening the way it's posted on their face.
Hey man, if you don't watch the Den, you ain't black. That's where we at.
Oh God, we let that guy in office.
Yeah, that's super crazy.
Well. What can you do, man? But hey, black woman, hey, that's y'all, bro. That's y'all. Y'all saved the republic, man. Good shit, man. So you got black woman, y'all. Hey, take a bow. That's all I gotta say. But this the whole mentality. It's a lot of hopelessness from what I'm seeing. Like a lot of people don't think they can do any better, so they don't bother. These mothers who, by the time they're 16, 17, already got 1 kid and they're probably about to have the next one in a year or 2. Fathers ain't in their lives, like. The whole notion of like the breaking of the family, I think, was the biggest wound to the black community. Yeah. Because look, segregation. I mean, besides the Klan running every once in a while and burning down black cities, segregation actually did more for us. We were more self-reliant, like every other group that came to this country, like the Chinese, Japanese. Jesus Christ! There's Chinatown. There's like Little Italy. There's Little Ireland, especially in places like New York, stuff like that. But you gotta, but the black town is known for crime half the time. I mean, come on, man. I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah. So segregation wasn't necessarily the worst thing. It's just separate but equal, but it wasn't that. So that's why integration had to happen, as per the judgment from the Supreme Court in Brown versus Board of Education, 1955. That's some of our laws. I mean, I already knew that, but just all the details of certain cases, So hell you talking about? I ain't got no damn kids. Get Get your ass out of here. Get the hell out of here with that shit. Go ahead, girl. Okay.
Kids overrated.
Yeah,
Get a
man, it's
puppy.
just oh shit. Okay. Oh, this shit is crazy, bro. Yeah, it's too. Yeah, Chuck, you're right, bro. Oh, baby, that's a double hell now. But yeah, Chuck, it's too strong. So, right. I mean, look, if let's say you're in a boat that sinks and you have a small lifeboat, you can't save the entire crew on that small lifeboat. Straight up, you got to do some triage, and triage essentially, someone learned in the military. We have to order people in terms of severity of illness. You might have someone that has a sprained wrist, a broken leg, and fucking a exposed like blood vessel, and you can try to put a bandage on a person with a sprained wrist, but it might be better to focus on the person that's bleeding profusely. That might be it, and that's what triage is: sorting people in order, severity of illnesses, and working on that. And I think black communities do that. Essentially, and why it's their biggest issue right now is the breaking of the families. But when you have your entire culture focused around not necessarily. Look, I have no problem with a woman being independent, but be truly independent. As in, you don't need this dude for a check because you have a kid together. How about that kind of independence? Or how about you need Uncle Sam to break you off some change? How about that independence? That's not being independent of other people, but living by yourself ain't truly independent. Straight up.
Yes, and it's not independence when you have the government subsidizing your behaviors. So.
Yeah. And when they subsidize bad behavior, you get more bad behavior. OG Thomas Sowell right there. I mean, that's what it is, bro. I think it's too ingrained in some people through generation people. This is like generation people on welfare. What was the movie Precious with Lee Daniels crazy ass?
Yes.
Take your ass down to the welfare. I was like, this bitch is insane, bro. But there's women like that who let dudes fuck their kids. And then then years of generational welfare fraud. Yeah.
That's sad though.
Current black culture centered around rebellion. Yeah, it is the white mainstream culture. So now, in terms of white mainstream culture, are we talking about in terms of like family structure? Or are we talking about in terms of like speaking proper English? And look, you can have like accents and slang. I understand that. But like some people, it's just like, and this ain't just black people. It's like, bro, like I can't understand what you're saying, and we're from the same country. I think we're both speaking English. I'm not sure. I would just imagine like in a professional environment, we at least you can still have an accent. I'm not telling people you should lose your accent. Just like do your best to speak in a way we can both understand, and I expect that from me.
Yeah.
The entire American community. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm reading Wilson's comment. So where are we getting our culture from then? That's what I'm wondering. And like you said, a lot of it comes from the music, and a lot of music I think is trash. And you got a bunch of people, black people from impoverished communities, pushing this shit. But who's paying them to push this shit? It's white people, white people, and old Jews, and all this other shit, bro. Yeah. But like Tekashi.
But at the same time,
that whole thing kills me.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, it's like. But when does it become a point where, as a people, you say, you know what, enough is enough? Because I mean, it's been what Little Kim, Foxy Brown, that came out early '90s. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're going on about 30 years of this shit. Of this hypersexualized woman. The women basically rapping prostitutes. Niggas been doing the same shit. All the like. At what point, like, and now all they're doing is using less and less words, saying the same shit, using less and less words. More because like none of it makes sense. There's no metaphors. There's no social commentary. There's no nothing. Because at one point you say, oh, well, there's hip hop. Like I think now, if as long as a motherfucker rhymes, they're calling them woke or conscious rap. It doesn't even make sense anymore. Like I know a lot of people are big fans of certain artists, but I'm just like, some of these artists are very overrated. Like, I guess because when the competition, the bar is so fucking low, I guess if you say anything slightly sensible, you feel like something. But when is it, as a people, do we say, you know what, that's not what we want. That's not the image we want to have. We feel like we should be representing something better, because you see, as soon as somebody says something negative about a certain community in this country, they go to bat for you. You better not. It doesn't even have to be something negative. Hey, they got all the money. No, don't say that about us because that puts a stereotype on us that we're like, what? That's. I wish niggas did say black folks had all the money. I wouldn't complain about that. But you know, any kind of thing that they do not want to be associated with, affiliated, they come together unified and make sure that message is squashed, and you put the kibosh on it. But niggas, on the other hand, refuse. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a Congressional Black Caucus, we got NAA, we got all these different groups who can't put together a steady image of what we should want, a standard for ourselves. But the crazy part is the people in those groups that are in that leadership would not do any of these things. But yet they don't come out and say, hey, no. Why? Because if they did start saying stuff, they start trying to chastise the behaviors that we embrace, well, they would no longer be in those roles because then niggas would be like, oh, y'all trying to police us, you know, or y'all trying to talk about our behavior. As soon as you tell somebody about a fucking bonnet, they go nuts. You know what I mean? Like common decency. So it's a sad state of affairs. I think it's a point where it's ingrained in the community, and we like I say, we lost. It's a wrap. Like I don't know what the solution. Well, I mean, I know what the solution is, but niggas would not embrace the solution in the slightest. You know, and so that's the problem.
Yeah. Damn, bro, Chuck, bro. That's quote of the day, man. We protect mediocrity with a passion. Jesus Christ, bro.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing. Yep. Yep. And that's what that is, man. It's really sad, bro, because I just saw my younger nephew today. So big head, man. I was asking him, you know, how he was doing in school. He's running around the numbers and stuff. I tested him real quick, and you know, was he Mike and Ike? And I just make sure my little man's all right, bro. You know, go feed it for the kids, bro. You know.
Yeah.
Might love the kids, man.
Yeah. I mean, and that's all you can do, man. Is the ones you know that are close to you, that you care and love, man. You try to infuse them the best you can with a real education. None of this woke education shit. You know, try to push them in the direction of real learning, and just hope that they don't get indoctrinated by the bullshit, man. Because it's so much of it. It's in everything. It's like, it's sad that, you know, kids can't even. I mean, they can't. People let them watch TV because parents don't check what they're watching. But like I said, like the little one, she can't watch no damn TV. Because it's all full of bullshit. Go watch Forensic Files. That's about as good as it's gonna get for you. You can watch that shit. But it's like everything else got some kind of woke ass message in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's not what we support here. That's not what we believe. You know, we're not blaming this person, that group, or this group for any issues that are going on in the community. Like, you are an individual. You know, your outcome is in your hands. Like, you have the ability to do anything in this country, so you choose to. But
that's the thing right there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's just like this whole woke education thing really frightens me because, especially with young black students. What was that one teacher in Virginia that limp-wristed gentleman? He said that, like, you don't need to teach black kids, it's white culture to teach them about being patient and also. And I was like, this is amazing. This is destructive.
Yeah.
Like. And it's easy for him that that really angered me. I hope he was fired because he's basically telling parents, whoever parents, whatever, I think it was in Northern Virginia that happened. He's telling you, if you're a black parent, actually white parents and Asian parents and whoever else needs to hear that too, because he's telling the black kids, well, he's telling you that he's not going to bother teaching the black kids any sort of some of the rules or anything like that. And for you other parents of other ethnicities, guess what? These black kids who don't have any discipline, they're going to make their kids' lives live in hell. I went through that shit myself. Straight up. I try to answer questions in class. These niggas clowning me, throwing shit at me. I had to whoop one in the ass, stomp the shit up. Then it stops. Not every kid's going to end up doing that one. They're going to end up taking it or shit, maybe shoot the school or end up stabbing somebody just to be left the fuck alone. Or they won't bother to learn because, hey, the teacher's not correcting these kids, not getting them out of here. I mean, Jesus Christ. This has a massive ripple effect that these woke ass, and they get it from college. They get this shit from whatever college it came from. So college is a massive indoctrination.
Matter of fact,
mattering what major you take.
Did you see the thing with the UCLA thing? Was it? I'm not sure who shared that with the professor who got suspended because he wouldn't give the black kids an easier test.
I heard about that, and that is insane.
Yeah. You want the same credentials, you want the same recognition, you want the same respect when you enter that world or whenever your field or whatever it is, but yet you want an easier pathway to get there. There's no respect in that. There's no respect in that. You don't deserve, like, that's embarrassing to hear. Like, again, that's the saying, the soft bigotry of low expectations. And the niggas are embracing the low expectations and find it meaningful. They deserve each, like, if you don't understand, this is just a nice way of motherfuckers telling you, oh, well, we think you're dumb enough. We think you're low IQ enough that we have to help you get there because you can't do it on your own. Like, but they think it's a benefit. Like, that's the crazy part about it. Like, they think it's helping. You know, no, it just means that when you get in whatever field that is, whenever you get into whatever career path that is, your competition, the Asian gentleman, the Hispanic gentleman, the white gentleman or lady, or whatever binaries these days, the Indian, whoever, when they're more qualified for the job, then you'll be hollering it's racism because, you know, when I took the exam or whatever that it may have been, they did better than me. Well, it's not because of that. It's because of racism. No, it's because you're less qualified because you took less strenuous courses or you took the pathway of least resistance. And, you know, you just got pushed along through just to say that, hey, look, we got black kids graduating. Look at that. You know, and then, like I said, when you get in the real world, that shit don't pan out.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like we were talking about Oregon, and Oregon said they're going to lower their requirements for like reading and like math. Like, Jesus Christ. And then it reminds me of the Atlanta cheating scandal where a bunch of Atlanta teachers, majority of them were black, were essentially basically like cheating on these kids' tests. And so the stats to reflect, they're juking the numbers like The Wire, juking the stats. The schools, the cops, juking the stats. So I guess school administrators can become, I guess, whatever the hell the upgrade to that is, and they can get the bonuses and shit. Meanwhile, these kids are leaving these schools with way less capabilities than they would. So you wonder why not many young black men are in college. Maybe that's one reason. You wonder why the literacy rate's going up. Maybe that's why. This is insane. This is insane. And I don't know. I don't know. It's really hurt to see that, especially when you have young people in this life that you're attached to, that you care about, and you don't want them to be handicapped.
All right.
It's just frightening.
You just got to kind of teach them not to accept. You got to teach them to embrace the challenge. And, you know, that's something I'm working on with the little right now, because she's kind of that age where, you know, it is what it is, but it's just like, look, nothing less will be accepted. So if they not going to push you in school, well, we going to push your motherfucker. Like, it's going to be a fucking challenge. So one way or another, so you might as well buckle down and get ready for that shit, because nothing less will be accepted.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I mean, that's all I got, bro.
Yeah, so it's a sad state of affairs, man. And like I say, the crazy part is that you got certain people on certain sides touting improvement and that things are getting better and it's increasing, when in reality it's significantly worse and looking like it's a snowball rolling downhill. It's going to continue to get worse. But yet people think they're winning, don't realize how much they're fucking losing. And so it is what it is. But yeah, okay. All right.
So this is why I'm for school choice. I'm for school charters. If y'all want to stay in these underperforming ass schools, knock yourselves out. It's not racism. It's not racism.
Yeah. So how do you think employment?
Mr. Collins? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. I see Mr. Collins had a question. How do you think employee morale will be when someone is doing the work but they can't be fired because of the color of their skin? Well, I was in the Navy for 8 years, and people couldn't be fired for a lot of reasons. You know, I mean, obviously not because of the color of their skin and shit like that. And it fucking angers people, because you have people, and I'm not trying to, you know, boost my own ego or whatever, but I busted my fucking ass. I got 2 Navy Achievement Medals, which are hard to get, for my first command. That's a rarity. That's because I busted my fucking ass. And but you have people getting paid the same or getting promoted early because they were either fucking their supervisor or their kissing the ass and shit like that. And they barely did. They disappeared half the day. That's extremely infuriating. They got to the point where I started cursing people the fuck out, because you yell at me all the time because I can't keep track of these people, but they disappear. Some people left work and we're doing a bunch of other shit or lying about it. But I'm held accountable for everybody. But you have me doing 9 things. They pick who they want to pick on, and then when that motherfucker snaps, they try to get him kicked out because you know, he lost his fucking mind doing this chaos. You know, and my personal life suffers. I get in fights with my family because I'm stuck at work all the time. But meanwhile, these motherfuckers don't work half the time. It's insane. So yeah, and that's just the military. Never mind the civilian world. I assume it's not going to be good, Mr. Collins. I assume it's not going to be good. That's all I got to say.
Like I say, they're basically slowly legislating themselves into segregation again, and that's what niggas want. But at this time it won't be as good because, like I said, back then, niggas had the skill set, they had the the abilities to sustain. Now, look, don't get me wrong, we need barbers, we need clothes, we need car washes, and things, but there's only so many of those that we need. When your group is lacking behind other groups in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, things like that, it's going to be problematic. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it is. Because niggas traditionally don't pursue careers or education in those fields, right? So,
right.
And there's going to be a point where we got enough teachers, but we're going to keep teaching how the white man does better. Well, what happens when all of that is legislated in the way y'all want? Y'all gonna keep preaching the white man doing you bad? Like, what you're gonna eventually run out of complaints, and then you're gonna have to own up. You're gonna have to prove. You're gonna have to bring something to the table, and then what is it? And then you have nothing. But you got these people who are in the job or who are employed by race hustling and promoting the institution of racism, which is intangible, which is you truly can't quantify it. So you can always create this silent ghost. What is it? What did he say? What was the phrase? Was it the quiet violence of racism? Right? Yeah, that's what the quiet violence of racism, which means you can't ever fucking prove it. You can say anything is racism because you can't prove it. You can't see it, and there's people who truly believe that. Well, you don't really know, and that's why it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, again, it's you can't know. If I don't really know, you can't truly know. Like, there's no way to prove this stuff, right? And so, but that's how this thing is allowed to perpetuate. It's super crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've seen that before. What happens is the entire workplace is going to suffer when the people who are doing their job get fired because it's convenient, and the people who aren't doing their job stays there or gets promoted. The entire place is going to suffer. And I read a story, and I'm leaving after this. I read a story about a woman who was in, I think, the entertainment industry, and she was doing, like, I forgot what kind of business she was starting, but she was tired of working for men, working with men. So what she wanted, this is funny, we'll post it in Discord. So she wanted an all-female business, all-female, like, crew, business, things like that. And I'm not shitting on women. This is a story I read. This is what she said. Mm-hmm. Yeah, prejudice, it is what it is, Brian Madison. So she hired a bunch of women, and within like 2 years, she went out of business because instead of doing their job, they spent their time talking about what they were wearing, hating on the females, all this other shit. The accountant was doing a bunch of bullshit with the books and shit like that. Then, so it was kind of like some sort of entertainment. Then, so they had to hire a cameraman eventually, and they had to do business with some men eventually. And what happened was, all these females were just trying to hit on the dudes. One guy was married, and he fell for it, and it was everything but a fucking business. So she went on business, like, 2 years after? Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
That's what's
so you need to hire people not because of their gender, their ethnicity, their religion, their sexual orientation. You need to hire them on their capabilities. Meritocracy. I'm fully for that.
Right.
And if I ain't the best guy for the job, it is what it is. If you slide me somewhere down the line where I can fit in and get my skills up, that's fine. Mm-hmm. See, niggas want to ice skate uphill, bro. That's all. That's all. That's it.
Man, you got a point. But I agree, and that's the thing, because that kills me too. Like I said, it's always the message that, if women ran things, it wouldn't be any violence. It wouldn't be. Man, I literally show videos every day, women brawling, beating, and it's not just the black ones. The white ones getting into it too. It's Mexican ladies beating up the guys making food and shit. It's like it's all of them. They all have a capability of violence because they're never held accountable for their actions. And so what happens, I think, when you get a lot of them, if they were to get into power, you would have a lot of passing the buck, a lot of blame on everything else, and again, a lot less results. So, the accountability would decline significantly. It's unfortunate, but definitely what happened.
Basically, and it is what it is. Shit, man. But that's all I got, man. It's about 30 minutes, bro, man. I mean, hey, man. We're done, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is. I hate to sound selfish, but you just got to look out for self, and those that are like-minded. That's really all you can do. Like I said, my best friend told me a long time ago, you can't save the world. And I didn't get what he was saying at that time. And he's not a black man. This was just me helping somebody out, a random stranger in a situation. He's like, you can't save the world, man. Remember, you cannot save the world. And I was just like, what, nigga? All right, I'll talk to you later. And then now, well, a few months later after it started making a lot more sense. But yeah, it's now looking at it on a grander scale, it's a wrap, dog. It's a wrap. Because it's people who are working directly against you for their own well-being.
Yeah, man. He made very good point. Very good point. But man, y'all be safe, man. Y'all have a good night, bro.
All right,
I'll post that story in the Discord.
Absolutely, absolutely. Definitely want to check that out.
Fucking hilarious, bro. I'm about to listen to it right now. It's just funny. But yeah, y'all be safe, man. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves.
All right, you too, Dad, man. Hope everything goes good with the situation. I appreciate you calling in, sir.
We're working on it, man. Thanks.
All right, good deal. All right, so y'all know it's past my bedtime, and I apologize because I talked a whole lot, but it was good. Yeah, I had a fun time. Damn, I didn't do the thing the way I was supposed to do it. I'm gonna tweak some stuff tonight. Well, not tonight, tomorrow, and we're gonna keep this party going, and we'll get more and more interactive. We're gonna have more and more fun. We're gonna have more and more great conversations. Say things that love is an emotion. Well, I think, and I truly agree with you on that, because I don't think most people know what love is, right? I don't think most people have a real idea. I think most people confuse like infatuation, some people obsession with love. I don't think the majority of the world has truly experienced real love, even from parents, family and things like that. Nigga, ain't extending nothing, niggas. You was out there watching the Chargers. Who the fuck watched the Chargers? Nigga, bandwagon. Who's a bandwagon Chargers fan? Have you ever heard of such a thing? I've never heard of such a thing in my life. A bandwagon Chargers fan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, get out of here. Get out. Heidi's here. It's definitely time to wrap this shit up. Heidi's fired. Slacking. Has not been here at all. 335. Been holding it down. Because Heidi's a terrible person. But yeah, like I said, I got a couple of things I got to clean up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Heidi, colored people time, 2 hours and 15 minutes later, Heidi shows up. See what I say about those white women? Yeah, y'all believe me now, don't you? But yeah, so like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I thank y'all for following through. Heidi's gonna get a demerit. I fucking remember demerits. That shit, that fucking bullshit. And then yeah, just like a white one, want to come in at the end and steal the credit. See, terrible. Y'all know what? You don't want to know what the most surprising thing is that's happened within the last week. I saw something that I never thought I saw. This is not really Den related. This is actually kind of sauce related. Because in the sauce, we used to talk about fucking pancakes. And Pancakes, a local writer here in Houston, has been around forever. Somehow he's in the Writer Hall of Fame. I guess you write long enough, they like, fuck it, just give him one. You ain't got nobody else been doing it that long. And when we used to talk about pancakes on the sauce, Broderick would be in there talking about, oh, I mean, let him make y'all pancakes all right. He ain't that bad. You know, it is, y'all just hating on pancakes for no reason. Pancakes tweeted something the other week. I can't remember exactly what the tweet was. And Broderick retweeted his tweet and went in on pancakes. Went in on pancakes. All you gotta go do is watch like the last 10 minutes of the gaming stream. And if y'all ain't subscribed to the gaming channel, y'all fuck with gaming. Maybe I'll put the link in there if I can find it. I never keep stuff on track. I'm gonna start gaming on that shit one day. I'm gonna start fuck around and do more gaming than I fucking completely forgot about that shit. Running around today. Rockets action, god damn it. Because the Texans are terrible. But I'm gonna start gaming on that bitch regularly because you got a couple of good things coming out. You got that Far Cry 6 about to come out in a couple of days. Definitely got to get on that. When Back for Blood comes out, I think on the 12th, definitely gonna be on that. there's something else that comes out that I'm actually interested in. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I forgot it. But yeah, but Roger went in and he went in on fucking pancakes. Went in, called him all kind of names. I think he called him a fat ass. And said he ain't no shit, some other shit. I was like, wow, Broderickton turned on pancakes after all these years. Can't believe it. But yes, I did beat Epstein Island. You know, I demolished it. I'll beat it again. I'll get on that gaming channel right now and not play. I'm finna take my ass to bed. But yeah, I fucking, I did beat that shit like 50 times. Yeah, all the fun did happen when you're not here, Heidi. Heidi comes in, she's like that fucking teacher from, what was that, Matilda? Or The Witches? One of them books, one of them Roald Dahl books, whatever the fuck shit was. I don't remember. So, anywho. All right, it's time for me to go to bed. I fucks with y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are wonderful, amazing, incredible people, except for Broderick and Heidi. Everybody else, amazing, wonderful, astounding people. Heidi's okay. Broderick is clearly the worst person in the den. Yeah. So, there's that. But with that being said, I'm chugging up a deuce. I gotta do the thing. Hold on, baby. I forgot I gotta get used to doing the new endings, right? Hold on, give me a second. Let me put something fly on for y'all. Let me get fly. Let me do something different. But what I had pit vipers yesterday. All right, we'll go with this one. Do. Hey, you didn't show the super chat, piece of shit. Hold up, let me try it one more time. Hey. There we go. Hey. Hold up. I'm coming down. Hey, I'm coming down. Yeah, going down. Hey, coming down. What you talking about the gaming channel? Watch the panel. Hey. Honcho Saucy Gaming. Let me find the link. Don't you even blink. I done came down washing dishes in the sink. What you thought about it? This a coat and it's mink. Hey, rat faint. I ain't got nothing. Don't push the button. I done said what's up to my damn cousin. Then I said bye. Don't get high. Don't smoke fry. Wash your eye. Or you get the pink eye. Or you get the Rona. I done came down. I done bent me on the corner. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm looking for the thing for its ruin. Hold up. Broderick said, he got a big head. Broderick bathing barbecue. Tell me what you gonna do. Tell me what you heard. Down south, dirty third. Coming down, hold up. Let me find the link. I don't know where it's at. Now what you think about that? Hey. Here we go. Oh. There it is. Found a link. There you go. I'ma copy it, moving real slow. Moving fast. Let's switch it back. Do it like this, do it like that. Brought it like the barbecue cat. Constantly. I'm going to bed.